Alright, we're working on a 98 Honda Accord. Tested the radiator, it's cracked on the front side up here. So I'm going to drain all the coolant out of it. We're going to change the radiator. Reach down here in the front. Pop the radiator drain plug. And it'll drain right out into our can down here. So there we go. We're draining it now. We'll start taking these tins off. These brackets, taking the hose off. I always recommend to the customer change the thermostat, otherwise it voids the warranty on the radiator. Some customers want to do it, some don't, but I always recommend that you do it. This one's really simple. I always take these and just lightly turn them till they get pretty loose. A little trick I learned over years. Now you see any kind of scale, always take a soft bristle brush and clean all the scale off. You'll see scale around these nips up over here. So I always clean that off. If you're not sure which direction your hose goes, you can't remember, you can always take paint pins and mark it. I'll show you how that works. Find these paint pins for like $5 a kit. You just take it, always draw an arrow to the front, which way they go, put it out. No big deal. That way you know it goes to the front. Bam, there you are. Alright, there's bolts in the bottom of the fan. You can try to get them from the top. That's what I'm doing. Pull this one up. Pull this off. Just lay it over there. Pop all your plugs out. Pull that one out. Okay, the bottom ones are a little bit more tricky. And what I usually do is I'll take the bracket out first. You can go underneath and do these and take the covers off, but you can do them from the top. Okay, I just pulled this hose up. There was 2 bolts down here that you got to take out, and we got to take this one off. So, like I said, some of these are upside down, but choke up on the tip of it. Yeah, I kind of lifted it up. Kind of pick it up, move it out of the way, inspect your hoses. Go ahead and take this hose. Now we're going to plug that though with something. So I'm going to stick this up here for right now. Now you got a plug. It may leak a little bit, but for all intents and purposes, you'll be fine for right now. And since it's broke, I'm just going to break it off until I get it out. So I just kind of broke that piece off there so I could get this out because it's stripped inside there. So it's one way to do it. Now, since this one's a little bit more of a pain, what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring it up to the top so you can see it. Separate your hoses, it'll be easier. This is just to get them out. There you are. Wasn't but a couple minutes. You'll spend more time on the bottom trying to take the covers off by the time you get it out. Put your little rubbers back in. Your little rubbers go here and here. Put those back in there. Alright, we're going to stick it back in the same way we took it out, which isn't that bad. Make sure your fittings are tight. They should be already tight from the manufacturer. But we're going to make sure. Stick them back down in the holes. Lubricate this up a little bit. Your little clip. It won't hurt it to have a little bit of transmission fluid on it. It'll help slide it over the hose. And lubricate the outside of your hose. It don't hurt it. Helps it slide when you try to put it on. I just pull this out, stick my thumb over it till I get it down there, and stick it back on. Okay, so if you ever have them where your bolt gets stripped inside and it's spinning, just break the plastic off. Here's what I do. I just break the plastic off. I get them out, put a pair of vice grips on them, squeeze them together, take them right out with air tools. After that, you're good to go. Not a big deal. I've got this hose back on right here. It's kind of hard to see, but I think you can see it. It's right here. Put the hose clamp back on. Always remember, put your hose clamps in the back in the same spot. It helps out. Now, stick this one back in here. Start them with my fingers and I tighten them up. They don't have to go super tight, they're just in plastic, so don't get carried away when you run them. When you start feeling them snug, that's it. Put our lower hose back in. There you have it. Make sure your hose clamps are on though. No leaks. Put all of our hoses back in their clips. Okay, we're all back in at the bottom. Time for the fans. On the bottom here, they give you some standoffs basically. They go in here. You're looking for them. They just slip up underneath there, and then they go down in the slots. So, what I do is I'll take this one and stick it in there. The way it slides underneath. And this one I just stick down in there, it already fits in it, so stick it in there. They'll go in. Look over the top, you can see it. hop in there like that. They're not real difficult. You can make them more difficult than they are, but they're not real difficult. That's where it's supposed to go. So I use this one to see if I can get that one to start in there. That one started. That one's fine. Then we'll put the other one in. See these stripped out all the time. You don't have to go real tight with them. They just hold it in there. But you don't want them loose, but you don't have to crank them down super tight. Everybody wants to crank them down. What that does is put fluxes on this radiator and you'll crack it before you get a new one in there. There you have it. You're all done. Radiator's in. Fill it up and you're ready to go. Check for leaks.